Good afternoon. I want to call the Board of Directors for the Hidalgo County Drainage District to order. We'll start with a roll call to establish quorum.
Everardo Villarreal, Precinct 3.
Ellie Torres, Precinct 4.
Richard Cortez, County Judge. That constitutes a quorum of 3. Would you please lead us in today's prayer?
If we can all stand.
David Fuentes, one.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for blessing us with another beautiful day to serve. We ask that you watch over our county and our district family as we work for you. We come before you humbly knowing that we are dependent on your grace. We ask that you bless this board and provide them with wisdom and guidance to make the best decisions that reflect the needs of those we serve. We also lift up in prayers those who are in need, that they may find comfort and healing, especially that family that was involved in that terrible accident last night, that they may find healing and comfort through you, Lord. All this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Do we have anybody sign up for open forum?
No, sir, not under drainage.
Yes, sir, there is one.
Oh, there
Joe
is.
Rodriguez.
My apologies. Mr. Rodriguez. I'm so sorry, Mr. Rodriguez. Mr. Rodriguez, there is a 3-minute time limit. I will advise when there is 1 minute, and I will start when you start, sir.
Good evening. I'm here just to ask, over 6 years ago, came before the board, especially for drainage in our neighborhood. As of yet, nothing has been done. Lady Madam Torres here helps us out. She sends in the trucks, they siphon up the water and keep the roads from deteriorating. But it's a Band-Aid on a big problem. It has not been addressed. Supposedly it was going to be done here within the 4 years or so. It's been more than 6 years, like I stated. I'm just here to ask what's going on. The board keeps handing out money from bonds, money raised from bonds from the courthouse to do parks and what have you. But yet the main issue is not being addressed, and that's our roads and our drainage. And I don't see any remedy to it anytime soon. So I'm just here to ask you again, when, if at all, will it be addressed? Like I said, it's been more than 6 years. It's been going on prior to Madam Commissioner Torres' position in Precinct 4. I've addressed it numerous times, and nothing's being done. I mean, who do we have to really talk to or express our concerns? Because our roads are deteriorating. Our roads haven't been done anything, replaced or resurfaced or reclaimed, however you want to call it. And they just keep falling to the wayside. So that's my main concern. And if it can be addressed, I would really, and not myself, among myself and my neighbors, would really appreciate it if actually y'all took some action on that. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Next item is the approval of the consent agenda. Does anybody need to pull any items out of consent?
No, everything's in order, typical general operations, permits, and some pay applications, so we recommend
Motion to
approval.
approve.
Second.
We have a motion and second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 5A, approval and resolution an affidavit requesting financial assistance from the Texas Water Development Board for the Raymondville Drain Project and action designating Mr. Raul Cecin, P.E., CFM, as authorized signer of the grant agreement and any other necessary documents that apply to the grant and transfer of funds. So this is every year the Texas Water Development Board reconciles their budget, and they have some leftover money. So we're anticipating about $500,000 on this. So they reached out to us to apply. So this is the money that can go towards this Raymondville drain. Recommend approval.
Second.
We have a motion and second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 5B, requesting approval to exercise the district's sole option to renew, extend the contract with Terra Firme Materials LLC for flexible base material for the period of 1 year under the same rates, terms, and conditions as stated in the contract number CHCDD 1-22-035-08-09, effective August 9, 2023.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
5C, requesting approval and final negotiated professional service agreement with B2Z Engineering LLC, contract number CHCDD 1-23-036-07-25, as it relates to professional construction material testing services on call for the Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1 projects approved for negotiated by the HCDD 1 Board of Directors on 5/30/23.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 5C2, there will be a correction. I'll read that correction on the dollar amount. Pursuant to board approval, requesting acceptance and approval of work authorization number 1 in the amount of $112,558.44 to provide construction material testing service on call for the project Mile 10 North and Baseline Road Phase 2, USIBWC Structure 139 for the 2018 bond referendum project number 20, as submitted by B2Z LLC through contract number CHDD 1-23-036-07-25. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
D, requesting authority to advertise and approval of the procurement packet, requirements, specification plans, et cetera, for the project 365 toll offsite drainage improvements project alpha numbers 2, 3, and 4, RFP HCDD 1-23-042-08-16, KMG, including the re-advertisement of the project in the event of no responses are received.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item E, 5E, requesting approval of closing documents for parcel E1 as it relates to the Glasscock Road, Mile 4 and Mile 5 area drainage improvement project, and the authority for the chairman of the board to execute the documents.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
6A, approval of application payment number 4 in the amount of $151,580.61 for Chlor Equipment LLC pertaining to construction contract CHCDD 1-22-030-07-12 MFW. We're number 4, project engineers, ICE, International Consulting Engineer. Everything's in order. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 7A, requesting approval of closing documents for parcel 21-4 as it relates to project 21 of the 2018 drainage bond program, Mile 10 North and Mile 1 West, project and authority for chairman of the board to execute documents.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. You want to take
Yes.
B 1 through 4?
Yeah, I'll take those collectively, B 1 through 4, yes. Or 1 through 5.
Or
Items, item 1, approval of application for payment number 1 in the amount of $104,579.39 from RDH Site and Concrete pertaining to construction contract C, ACDD 1-21-047-09-29, Fayetteville Drain Improvement Project. B2, approval of application for payment number 6 in the amount of $68,850 for Go Underground LLC pertaining to construction contract CHCDD 1-22-019-004-20 for the Highway 281 and FM 88. B3, approval of application for payment number 7 in the amount of $18,450 from Morwell LLC pertaining to construction contract CHCDD 1-22-024-076 for the J08 Drain Improvement Project. B4, approval of application for payment number 3 in the amount of $173,221.54 from Morwell LLC pertaining to construction contract CHCDD 1-22-020-05-31 for the Mid-Valley Airport Project. And lastly, B5, approval of application for payment number 4 in the amount of $339,085.44 from Morwell LLC pertaining to construction contract CHCDD 1-21-054-12-08 for the Mile 9 and FM 1015 project. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 8 is a presentation and discussion of the Hidalgo County Drainage District's capital improvement plan in the amount of $60 million and discussion of outstanding debt. I did leave a handout on y'all's tables there that go over the 22 bond. As you can see, there's 26 projects that total $195 million. We have the breakdown of the $60 million. As you can see, it's for these in-house projects that HCDD1 we're doing in-house. Those are no right-of-way to acquire, so we're moving pretty efficiently. We should have those ready by the end of the year. And if you see, those total $47,610,000. And then, so we do have approximately $12,390,000 to leverage for the other engineering projects that are going to come on board, any right-of-way acquisition, any flood infrastructure fund projects that may come. We have that extra money to leverage. So that's why we're seeking $60 million on this first sale. And we do have Bobby Hinojosa to go over the tax implications if y'all want to. I know we discussed it last time, that there won't be any tax rate increase, but we do have that presentation ready if y'all would like to review that again.
Bobby, you want to just come over and just summarize it very quickly?
Afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Bobby Villarreal with Estrella Hinojosa. Again, I think we discussed it last week, but the $60 million scenario, essentially what we would price that probably latter part of August. We got to do ratings and various things to get ready for that. But again, we're looking at that where it says pro forma 60 million. And essentially, if you look at the G column in yellow, the 6.79 pennies, that's the target tax rate to maintain. And with this debt structure that we're looking at here, we anticipate holding it, and then of course in 2026 dropping, and then continuing to drop after that. And again, in those instances, we would be looking at maybe the second tranche to start fitting it down in there as well. And again, like Omar mentioned, we wanted the flexibility not to do everything now, so you can expand or invest the funds as you need in the projects, but also to be prepared for the FIF program, which is probably getting, probably start taking applications probably in the fall or the spring, and that's a big process. But last time, we were very fortunate to get 0% interest on about $22 million and about $9 million in grants or forgivable. So that's something that we want to keep the flexibility, like Omar mentioned. But again, that's the task and that's the target. I don't know if you have any other questions.
Okay, we do want to be involved in the underwriters council
Yes, sir.
when the time comes.
Yeah, we'll confer with you and staff.
Okay.
And then, I know we, last time we discussed the 2018, you wanted to kind of get a breakdown of the 2018 where we're at. That's the second page. As you can see, we have 4 different funds, Funds 134, 135, 136, and 137. Those are just the different tranches of bonds that we've sold in the past, and they're broken up. You'll see at the very right-hand column A, B, C, and D. So Fund 134, that was $83,600,000. That has been fully encumbered. The next one is the 2021 taxable TWDB. Those are for bonds projects 21, 22, and 23. That was in the amount of $22,869,000. We should be we've gotten some positive feedback from Texas Water Development Board that we should be able to release those projects out for bid. So we should start encumbering some of that $22 million shortly. Fund 136, that's $34,000,003,715. Of that, $22 million has been encumbered, and you'll see available is $11,855,365. And these are for some of the short-term 2018 projects that are getting ready to go out for construction. We have that money there for those projects. And lastly, the 2021A taxable bond series, those were $50,361,000. We've encumbered $1.9 million, and we have $48,399,228. And as you can see, that's broken up. Basically, Raymondville Drain, $15 million, $10 million for the Delta Regional Reservoir. And then lastly, the $23,399,228, that's for some of these long-term 2018 projects that have been taking a little longer for right-of-way acquisition, design. We have that $23 million available for those projects that have been allocated for 2018. So that kind of gives you just a general summary of where we're at on 2018.
We're almost spending what, a third of it for regional in-house design. What does that include?
For which one?
On your 23 bond issue election, you had an allocation total of 195. On your number one page.
Oh, on the first page, yes.
Part right, yeah.
Yeah, those are the projects that we're doing in-house design-wise. They're gonna be bid out conventionally, but we're
Okay,
doing the.
it's not
design.
all soft costs, it's actually some construction.
This is
costs.
construction,
They're
yes.
just- Okay.
Yes, this is for the construction.
That's why it seems
Yes.
a little high.
Yeah, no.
Now
We're
I
doing,
understand.
we're doing the design, and then this is all purely construction.
Okay, now I understand.
Yes.
Thanks. Okay,
So if there's no other questions, we'll move on to item 8.2.
do we need
request-
to,
I don't
vote?
think, item 1 is an action
Is
item,
an action.
presentation and discussion.
go ahead.
Okay, item 8.2, request and approval to authorize the district financial advisor Estrada Hinojosa and company to proceed with the preparation of financial plan for the sale of bonds needed for the first phase of the 2023 bond program.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 8.3, consideration and action approving a resolution declaring expectation to reimburse expenditures with proceeds of future debt.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
No items for executive session.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I think that concludes all our agenda items. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. We'll be back in 13 minutes.
Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I want to call the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court meeting to order. We'll start with a roll call to establish quorum. Eddie Cantu, precinct 2.
Everardo Villarreal, precinct 3.
Ellie Torres, precinct 4.
Richard Cortez, County Judge, that constitutes a quorum. Before we go to our pledge of allegiance, I want to welcome the students from the RGV Student Media Department. We have 25 aspiring journalists that are attending today's Commissioners Court meeting as part of their training, so welcome. They are joined and accompanied by Dr. Robert Velez, and he's with the Department of Political Science, so I hope you learned that we do everything very well here, so welcome. Thank you. As is tradition with our court here, we have a veteran lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Today, we are honored to have U.S. Army National Guard veteran Ricardo Banda. He reached the rank of E4, and he served from 1996 to 2006, and he's one of our sheriff's deputies that works for our local sheriff. Deputy? Thank you, and thank you for your service both to our country and to our county. Next, we have our own district clerk, Laura Hinojosa, will be leading us in today's prayer. Laura? Okay. Wanda, you want to say today's prayer?
Yes, Judge. Bow our heads, please. Heavenly Father, we thank you for our leadership who care and dedicate their lives in addressing issues impacting our community. We ask that you help all leaders to care for people in need. We ask your presence to press upon our hearts the importance and drive to reach out to our elected officials and community representatives on issues surrounding our community needs. We humbly ask that those most vulnerable are protected and that you offer your strength to those mourning their loved ones and offer patience to all those going through difficult times. In your name we pray.
We also have a special prayer today that Commissioner Fuentes will be leading us. Commissioner, can we bring him in?
He's there.
Thank you, Judge. I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can.
Judge, can you hear?
Go ahead, Commissioner.
Thank you. Our hearts and our lives were deeply saddened to learn of the passing of one of our very magnificently rarely family members. Amy Solon Smith, the Director of Operations for Hidalgo County Precinct 1, was called to be with our Lord on Sunday morning, and after a lengthy and courageous battle with cancer. It is never easy to lose a loved one, family member, friend, colleague, especially one who has been taken too soon. She was a selfless public servant, a mentor to many, and an inspiration to all who crossed her path. She will forever be remembered for her infectious smiles, her diligent work ethic, and her dedication to serving our community of Hidalgo County and Precinct 1. Our hearts mourn with her family, her husband Trey, her daughters, Maddie and Bella, the entire Smith and Science families, and her Precinct 1 and Hidalgo County family. Our prayers and most heartfelt condolences to all those whose lives she touched. May she rest in eternal peace. In the beautiful name, please have a moment of silence to honor Amy Simmons. Thank you, Judge, and thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Our prayers and thoughts go to Amy's family. She was loved by many, many here, and we will miss her. Okay. Right. We also have Judge Macias here that would like to say a special prayer. Judge, would you please join us?
We love prayers, Judge, so bring them all.
And we need them too.
Actually, the prayer that I'm going to say, he said it, but it's okay. I want to say it again.
Please do.
First of all, good afternoon to all of you, and thank you, Judge and Commissioners, for inviting me to be here this afternoon. Bow your heads, please. Heavenly Father, we thank you for our leadership who care and dedicate their lives in addressing issues impacting Hidalgo County. We ask that you help all leaders to care for people in need. We ask your presence to press upon our hearts the importance and drive to reach out to our elected officials and community representatives in addressing issues surrounding our county. Please guide those that have been affected by adversity and those that are most vulnerable, like our children. We also ask that you offer your strength to those mourning their loved ones and offer patience to all those that are going through very difficult times. In your name, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Judge, thank you. And I want you to know, when I was 16 years old, I was skinny as you, but something went wrong. Next, we have the approval of the consent agenda.
Thank you, Judge Commissioners. Judge Commissioners, with your permission, I'd like to pull from consent agenda items 7A, 1 and 2, consent agenda item 11A, consent agenda item 12E2, and consent agenda item 12H1.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the remaining part of the consent agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Judge Commissioners, consent agenda items 7A, 1, 2, Commissioner Fuentes will be abstaining from any discussion and or action. With that being said, I'd like for the court to entertain a motion.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show Commissioner Fuentes abstained from any voting or discussion of this matter.
Thank you. Consent agenda item 11A is precinct 4. I'd like to make a slight correction. Consent agenda item 11A should read December 22nd through June 2023 invoices. Again, for the record, it should be December 2022 through June 2023 invoices.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And Judge Commissioners, Mr. Amesco, our purchasing agent, will address items 12, consent agenda items 12E2 and 12H1. Mr. Amesco, if you can please take 12E2 first.
Yes, good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Mr. Guerra, for the record, Ignacio Mesco from the Purchasing Department. 12E2, agenda item 91747. For the record, I want to correct the project description to Hidalgo County Precinct 4, Mile 17 Road Stormwater Project, project number 22-0087, ARPA number 22-124-049.
Motion to approve?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Agenda item 12H1. I would like to correct requesting approval to purchase record management and preservation services with co-file for the preservation and imaging of deeds through Hidalgo County membership with Texas Smart Buy Cooperative in the amount of $5,586.32 with authority for county judge to sign all requirement documentations.
So moved.
Second?
I have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Next item is the open forum.
Yes, thank you,
We
Judge.
start with our first speaker.
We do have 5 participants, or we have 6 participants. I apologize. Our first participant is Mr. Byron J. Lewis. Mr. Lewis, there is a 3-minute time limit. I will advise when there is 1 minute, and I will start when you start.
Excellent, thank you. Judge, Commissioners, Manager, thank you for the opportunity to make these comments. My name is Byron Lewis. This is my wife, Keely. We're citizens of Edinburgh for quite a while. I'm normally a really comfortable speaker. I could sing, pledge, and pray from years of Rotary. I'm keyed up today because in 3 minutes I want to try to communicate some information that's very important to us, and we've had an outpouring of support from the community as well. Keely and I are also owners of Edwards Abstract. It's humbling to be in this court because on the wall, Judge Edwards is there, the founder of our company. We're the 4th owners of Edwards Abstract, and every time I'm in the room and see that he was a county judge, it just makes me feel humbled. But thank you for the time. We're here to speak along with a number of other leaders in the community on behalf of Palm Valley Animal Center Society. It is an organization that we've contributed a lot of time, and Keely has as well. I know there's been a lot of recent communication about it in the newspapers and et cetera. We thought we would come here today to let you know we understand, and we've had long conversations with Commissioner Torres, that there was a perception of a lack of transparency or being forthright about figures. And I think, as Commissioner Torres stated, it's more of missed communication opportunities than miscommunications or withholding that information. So I would like to give you my personal commitment today that going forward, full information will always be available in the form of a quarterly report. And we feel like we've extended invitations, the organization has, for a county representative for a while. And we regret that we've never been insistent about that and followed through, where you could actually get board packages and attend to the meeting. And I just want to point out that of those options, leaving out Palm Valley Animal Society leaves out the entity with the relationships and the proven 50 years of experience to deliver those for less than the proposed options and with a better outcome. And I know there's always a tension between resources expended and outcome, but we think PVOS is the ideal partner for that. We have professional executive directors in Suzette, who managed Petco's down here. Faith Wright's the leading operations director in the country, and we think this is the organization that knows how to do this. We think others that have talked to you probably aren't who they represent themselves to be, and we would just like to respectfully ask to meet at the table again and have a role in this. We think we can provide it with the lower cost, better outcome, and thank you. We appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. Next presenter is Mr. Joe Rodriguez. time limit. I will advise when there's 1 minute, and I will start when you start.
Thank you. This is concerning safety. I reported this incident to Precinct 4. I was traveling eastbound on 17 and a half between Cesar Chavez and Doolittle Road, going eastbound, and one of the precinct's truck ran me off the road. I circled back, and the gentleman finally stopped. He said he was sorry, whatever, and it was his fault because he was out there supervising some workers, and he was taking pictures and driving and not paying attention to the road. If I wouldn't have been paying attention, I would have gone head on with him, okay? Then I get injured. Who takes care of my bills? Who takes care of my family if something worse happens, okay? Y'all need to implement some better driving skills for all employees, from law enforcement down to county employees, because this stretches far and wide, okay? You always see people on the phone, talking, texting, so it's a real danger. And who ends up paying the bill? We do, and I do, as a taxpayer, because if there's a lawsuit or life loss or something, somebody's going to pay, and that's the taxpayers. The other one is, I'm up here for our safety because our dear sheriff says that crime is down in Hidalgo County, and it is not. I have several neighbors, and matter of fact, I just had a neighbor, I want to say maybe 4 days ago, that lives to the north of me, that her truck got broken into, and I asked her, why didn't you call the sheriffs? She goes, no, because all they do is come out here, take a report, and they never follow up with you.
1 minute.
They don't take fingerprints, they don't follow up, you don't see anybody out there anymore driving by there at any time of day or night. So if that can be addressed, it'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Next presenter is Ms. Fern McClarty. Ms. McClarty, there is a 3-minute time limit. I will advise when there's 1 minute, and I will start when you start.
Commissioners, I normally begin with some comments about your spending, but today I thought I would give you a break and just provide some beauty tips. I call these beauty tips because I have always been told that you do not get a second chance to have a first impression. The courthouse looks like the new one, looks like it has been abandoned. High weeds, gravel, dust everywhere. On the east side of the building, the roof covering is flapping and getting worse. This court has now spent $380 million, not all on the courthouse, but the families paying the bill, it doesn't matter. They still have to pay the bills for 30 years. So to cut the grass, rake the leaves, and make it look like someone is working, that the county cares. Now, for my real comments, by now each of you have become aware of the tax reduction bill that will be on the ballot in November. It will increasing the homestead exemption from $40,000 to $100,000, limiting appraisal growth to 20% on non-homestead properties worth $5 million or less. More than 2/3 of the $18 billion in relief will go toward permanently reducing the school property tax rate for all homeowners and business properties. The package also includes a provision that will increase voters' input on local property tax appraisal boards. We've got a solution has been going to be there that we have to vote for. This is the first time elected officials, the election will have 3 citizens countywide in May 2024 for all counties in the state that has a population of 75,000 or greater. We get to put who's on the appraisal district board. 3. Assuming it passes, all benefits will be implemented this year. Greg Abbott, Governor, issued a statement that he is looking forward to signing this legislation. Commissioner, there is no doubt that this is a significant piece of legislation, but I know dealing with elected officials every day, you will work as hard as you can to reduce the impact of this bill. Also today, I would like to say there's a movie out, Sound of Freedom, and if you can't afford to go, they have had people pay for tickets so that anyone can go and see it. This is something that is endangering our county and the children that are in our state, in our country. So it's called The Sound of Freedom, and if you can't afford it, there are tickets that someone else has already bought, so you can get there. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McClarty. Next presenter is Ms. Bailly. Yeah. Bailly, there is a 3-minute time limit. I will advise when there's 1 minute, and I will start when you start.
Thank you. My name is Dendia Bailly. Good afternoon, Commissioners and Honorable Judge. Thank you for having me here. I am the Executive Director of Pause for Help, Inc., and as a Hidalgo County resident, I would like to speak on behalf of anticipated changes to the regionalization of a county-wide animal shelter and as a response to the feasibility study. For 1 year, Pause for Help advocated for change at the city level in Mission for the animal shelter there. City leadership stepped up to address this need and made a life-changing decision not only for the animals but for the community. Instantly, lives were saved and animal welfare was at the forefront. Compassionate leaders began the process of vetting the animals properly, reaching out to fosters and rescues, and proactively adopting these animals out. Community clinics were set up on a consistent monthly basis, and the change was not only noticeable inside the facility, but also across the community. This impactuous change began when Rio Grande Valley Humane Society stepped in with their knowledge, compassion, and proper protocols that had never been seen before at this location. Their proven resume and proven results brought Mission and RGV Humane Society together. Immediately, the euthanization rate went down, and not one animal has been euthanized for space since that date. RGV Humane Society rate is at an 87% for the year so far, while your current provider is currently lower than that. And $150 more of taxpayer funding is being spent per animal with your current provider. RGV Humane Society is the only organization that consistently offers monthly wellness clinics in both Hidalgo and Cameron County, serving upwards of 500 animals per month. RGV Humane Society in only 4 months has increased their adoption rate 174% over last year. Those are outstanding numbers. RGV Humane Society has never stopped intake for any reason, including COVID, hurricanes, freezes, intense heat waves, or distemper outbreaks. Before any decisions are made, Honorable Judge and Commissioners, please do give full consideration to Rio Grande Valley Humane Society, as the other option has been in place and is not currently working for you. We need a long-term solution with growth projections, sustainability, and a proven consistent track record of success, not only for the county, but for live outcomes and a true forward-thinking partnership with accountability. Sustainability is the key for change, and RGV Humane Society is positioned and ready to expand, putting Hidalgo County on the map for effective change in South Texas. Please give this very important life-changing decision full consideration, and let's make a positive impact and a change for our community and this county. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bailly. Commissioner?
My last. So I'm glad to see Palm Valley Animal Society here. I've been here 8 years, and it seems like every year we get a new amount that we have to pay to provide shelter or a place to take our animals that we collect on an annual basis. Every year it's gone up. Every year we have a short-term contract. This year, in the middle of the year, we were given a bill of $250,000, even though our animals were no longer being accepted. So as a county, there's no other facility, there's no other capacity out there. And so we're not the only municipality looking at other options. We're being put in a position where we have to look at other options. We have to determine the best way to move forward. This isn't the first time. This has been going on for many years. I've met with a lot of people on your board. But we get to the middle of the year, and then we get the notification that we can no longer send animals. What do we do with them? So we're in a huge situation here, and so I'm glad that my colleagues have finally, myself and my colleagues have started the process to look for other options. We cannot be at the mercy of an organization that at the middle of the year sends us a bill for more money and stops taking our animals. So we're going to finish through with this process. We would love to have somebody else other than us manage our facility. We don't want to be in this business, but at the same time, we're being told, and I would always tell Valde, they're telling you they don't want you here. You know, that's what we read in between the lines. When every year we get an increase, when in the middle of the year we get a new bill, even though they're accepting less animals, and that doesn't even make sense. And so that's why it's come to this. Why it's a surprise? I mean, I'm not on y'all's board, but I mean, we're not the only entity looking at this. Other entities are reading between the lines too, and know that this is not a sustainable model. And so we don't want to be in this business. We have other things to do and other things to be concerned with, but we don't like to be at the mercy of others that have not given us an option to do something with our animals. I mean, we're left with no shelter and having to keep our animals and with a bigger bill. So, I mean, that's basically why we're at this point, and I just wanted to get that out there because articles are written and nobody ever gets our side of the story. And we like to deal in facts, and the facts are, as I've said, increases every year, middle of the year billings, and, you know, no place to take our animals in the middle of the year. We're following our contract. We've always followed our contract. We have no choice but to follow our contract. But to get these unexpected situations in the middle of the contract is not the option we're looking for.
Thank you.
Anyone else, Valde?
No, sir.
Okay, that concludes our open forum. We're going to move to item 13. To get this large, good-looking group out of here.
Good afternoon, Judge and Commissioners. Thank you for letting us present at this time. Hilda Salinas, Elections Administrator, here to present to you today. Also present, we have Democratic Party Chair, Mr. Richard Gonzalez, and Ms. Kenna Giffen, as well as Republican Party Executive Committee Chair, Mr. Robert Bonds, who is here on the behalf of the Republican Party Chair, Ms. Adrian Peña Garza. So currently, I went ahead and handed you the information that I am about to present. The information consists of various lists submitted to our department by the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. I will proceed to you and read the items and then answer any questions you may have. So item 91675, number 1, discussion and approval of the appointment of the Democratic Early Voting Ballot Board members, Signature Verification Committee members, and election judges, alternate judges, and election clerks for the August 1st, 2023 through the July 31st, 2025 term. Number 2, discussion and approval of the appointment of the Republican Early Voting Ballot Board members, Signature Verification Committee members, and election judges, alternate judges, and the election clerks for the August 1st, 2023 through the July 31st, 2025 term. Do you all have any questions at this time in regards to the information?
Just for the public's information, these nominees on this roster are actually done by the parties themselves.
Yes, sir. They are done by the Democratic and the Republican Party. I'm not sure if you all would like to say a couple of words or if you have any questions to address.
No, I just want for the record to show that these are not our appointees, these are the party's appointees.
Yes, sir. And of course, these lists are submitted as per the Texas Election Code, and it's a roster of individuals for us to pull from, to participate in the boards that I just mentioned. I recommend approval.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Can we get clarification that that's for 13A1 and 2?
13A1 and 2.
Yeah, 13A1 and 2. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, likewise.
Thank you for your service. Okay, well, unfortunately, we're going to ask you to wait a little bit longer. We're going to move into closed session. So let me find the appropriate place here. So pursuant to Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Codes under Section 551.071, .072, .074, .087, we'll be retiring to closed session to discuss items listed therein. I have a motion to do so.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I have the time of 2:29.
We're back from executive session. Alden?
Thank you, Commissioners. Under open session, 25A, real estate acquisition or appropriation for same, there's no action to be taken. 25B, pending and or potential litigation, no action to be taken, or no specific action to be taken. 25C, discussion, consideration, possible action regarding response to public health emergency. I'll refer back to the agenda. 25D, Lupe versus Abbott, cause number 521-CV-844-XR, proceed as directed. Item 25E, EEOC charge number 451-2023-03054, E. Trevino versus County. We will proceed as directed. Item 25F, CL 23-2668-I, Alfonso Reyna Jr. versus County of Hidalgo, Texas. Commissioners, I'd like for the court to entertain a motion assigning the case in the county's defense to Ms. Josephine Ramirez's office.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item 25G, Rosario E. Orozco et al. Versus County of Hidalgo is proceed as directed. And item 25H, claim of Yara Gomez. Commissioners, I'd like someone authority to make an offer in the amount of $200.29.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 25I, deliberation regarding the following economic development negotiations pursuant to Chapter 551, Texas Government Code, Section 551.087, McAllen Tourist 2A. Will proceed as directed. And item 25J, deliberation regarding the following economic development negotiations pursuant to Chapter 551, Texas Government Code, Section 551.087, Tax Abatement Project and will proceed as directed.
Motion.
Commissioners, we can go back to our last item that we left off on, which would be item 6A. This would be under the county judge's office. This discussion and approval of tax abatement agreement between Hidalgo County and Anamoy Energy Storage LLC and approve order on the same. Commissioners, there will be no action taken on this item. And we also have a public participation form on that same item from Ms. Fern McClarity, but there is no action, so I will talk or address that with Ms. McClarity. Item 7A for the District Attorney's Office.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Judge Rosalinda Cantu presenting for the District Attorney's Office. Item 7A, DA's Victim Assistance Program, Fund 1281. We're asking for approval to submit a VAP grant number 2924305 budget adjustment to the Office of the Governor.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. County Clerk's Office.
County Clerk's Office, I will address for Mr. Guajardo. It is approval to select names for the 2023 Grievance Committee pursuant to Texas Local Government Code Section 152015. Commissioners, it is that time again to select a committee with respect to our budgeting process. And currently, the process that we undertake is the committee is comprised of the county sheriff, county tax assessor collector, county treasurer, county clerk, district clerk, county attorney and/or criminal district attorney. In our case, it would be the criminal district attorney, and a number of public members necessary to provide 9 voting members. In this particular case, the county judge does serve as a non-voting chairman of this committee. And so with respect to the elected offices that I've mentioned, we would need 3 additional members from the general public. And so they are drawn by lot. I'm going to ask one of the commissioners to select 3 members by lot to be a part of the grievance committee, and then thereafter I'm going to ask for 9 additional as alternates from the public. Commissioner, you can select 3. For the record.
Michael Morales from McAllen. Rosa Trevino from Palmview. Stephanie Garza Gutierrez from Edinburgh.
Okay, so those would be the 3 members for the committee. Commissioner, you could please select 4. Okay, you could read those for the records. These would be the first 4 alternates.
Alfredo Orvela from McAllen. Maria Anita Ramirez from McAllen. Chandra Sanchez from Mercedes. And Angela Contreras from Mission.
Thank you. And Commissioner, you can select 5.
Okay. And the winners are Maria Thelma Rodriguez from Progreso. Ignacio Avila from Mission. Jose G. Reina from Mercedes. Viviana Martinez from Alamo. And Nancy Martinez from Edinburgh.
So those would be the additional 5. So as stated by law, we have 3 committee members and 9 alternate members.
Okay. Do we need a motion to approve these selected names?
Yes, please.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Next item,
Is HR, Human Resources.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Erika Reina for the Department of Human Resources. Item 9A, I'm requesting a waiver of the following if applicable for the personnel items listed. I need action on item number 3, the budget amendment policy, personnel-related amendments.
Motion to approve.
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
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 Aye, motion carries.
Item 9B for the WIC Department, approve the following actions effective next full pay period, July 31st, 2023. Requesting to delete slot 0209, a clinic aide 1, grade 1, and create slot 0282, a clerk 1, grade 1. This item has no fiscal impact. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 9C for the Health Department from the PHEP grant. Approve the following action effective the next full pay period, July 31st, 2023. The action is to create slot 0025, a public health specialist 3 at a grade 13. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 9D for the District Clerk's Office, approve the following action effective upon Commissioner's Court approval.
The action is to create slot 0087, a deputy district clerk 1 at a grade 5. Judge Commissioners, this is the staff member that will be designated to the new district court, the 476. 476, I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 9E for Precinct 4 from Road and Bridge, approve the following action effective upon Commissioners Court approval. This action item is a title change for slot 0076 from a coordinator 2 of special projects to a coordinator 2. There is no fiscal impact. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item 9F for Precinct 3 from Road and Bridge, approve the following actions effective upon Commissioners Court approval. The action is to delete slots 0042, 0051, 0095, and 0108 Maintenance 1 positions and create slots 0134, 0135, 0136, and 0137 Maintenance 2 positions at a grade 5. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Have a great afternoon.
Mr. De La Garza.
Yes, good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Steve De La Garza for Urban County. Item 10A1, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 262.0247AD, an item that can only be obtained from one source because of existence of patents, copyrights, captive replacement parts, or components for equipment. Item 10A2, acceptance and approval of sole source declaration from Artel Inc. with authority to purchase through a purchase order for the total amount of $27,655, utilizing the CDBG CV other public service funds, will be used for the purchase of this equipment for the CDBG health facility.
You need a motion? Yes, Commissioner. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. So 10B1, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under the Texas Local Government Code 262.024A4 for professional engineering services. Item 10B2, presentation of scoring grid for the purposes of ranking by Hidalgo Commissioners Court of at least 3 engineering firms from the county's approved pool as graded and evaluated by the Urban County Program and the Hidalgo Purchasing Department in connection with and funded through Hidalgo County Urban County Program Year 2022, City of Hidalgo Flood Drainage Improvement Drainage Improvement Funds. We're requesting to rank accordingly. Item B3, authority to negotiate a professional engineering service contract with #1 ranked firm of Javier Hinojosa Engineering for the provision of surveying engineering services for Hidalgo County Urban County Program Year 2022, City of Hidalgo Flood Drainage Improvements Project.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. 10C, requesting approval of construction contract change order number 4 as detailed in the documents attached here too for the CDBG CV Health Facility Improvements Project as recommended by the Laboratory Construction Technical Advisory Construction Team. Change order number 4 will increase the current construction contract with Econ Group LLC in the amount of $196,675.78 and authorize the county judge to sign any and all documents associated with the change order. If I could, let me provide a little bit more context. As construction approaches about 80% completion, specialized laboratory equipment is being procured and placement of the equipment has been assessed by the Laboratory Construction Technical Advisory Team. The team's assessments resulted in the recommendation of a building layout change to accommodate the laboratory equipment to meet the biosafety lab requirements. As far as funding for this change order, the grant that is funding most of this project has unallocated funds, and these funds will be used for this change order.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Larson. Mr.
Yes.
Olivares.
Yes, Mr. Judge, this is Mr. Guillermo Palacios representing Health and Human Services Department. Item 11, Item A, ratification and request for special priorities assistance application signed by the Judge Richard F. Cortez for biosafety lab generator.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B, requesting approval to accept the CPS PH Workforce Contract HHS 001077100001, Amendment Number 2. Purpose of this amendment is to revise the statement of work.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Emergency Management, Chief.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners. Good afternoon, excuse me. Item 12A, discuss and approve memorandum of understanding between the Texas Emergency Management Assistant Team Program Administrator and the Texas Emergency Management Assistant Team Employee member Jesse Diaz to participate in the jurisdictional employer Hidalgo County. This memorandum of understanding will allow us to send one of our members should there be a disaster somewhere else in the state of Texas to assist those jurisdictions with emergency management operations.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 12B, discussion and approval memorandum of understanding between Texas A&M Engineering Extension Service sponsor agency, Texas A&M Texas Task Force 1, the participating agency, and employer County Hidalgo. This is for Miguel Guerra to be part of Texas Task Force 1 Region 3 response team.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 12C, discussion and approval of an interlocal agreement between the Lower Rio Grande Valley Development Council and Hidalgo County for the FYI 2022 Hidalgo County Interoperability Communication Expansion Project. We're going to be, the LRGVDC applied for a grant for radio communications for several cities in Hidalgo County. We will be the pass-through agency to distribute these radios to those local jurisdictions.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you, Chief. We've already gone to.
Item number 2, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's right.
Discussion and approval of interlocal agreement between Hidalgo County, the city of Sullivan City, Ed Couch, La Villa, Progreso, and La Joya, a memorandum of understanding between Monte Alto Volunteer Fire Department and Lynn San Manuel Volunteer Fire Department for the FYI 2022 Hidalgo County Interoperability Communication Expansion Grant. These are the communities that will be receiving those radios.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now, thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioners.
We've already completed item 13A. We'll go to item 14A, Planning Department. Mr. Udisti.
Good afternoon, Judge and Commissioners. Anthony Udisti with the Planning Department. Items 14A1, we're looking for final approval with financial guarantee for Hacienda San Miguel Cisneros subdivision. This is in Precinct 4, Tex-Mex Road, and Sharp Road. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Items 14AD, S&G subdivision. This is in Precinct 3 off of Dolphin Road, Mile 7 North Road. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Items 14AC, TARS number 2 subdivision, Precinct 1. This is off of Gonzales Road, Mile 2 West Road.
Motion to
Staff
approve.
recommends approval.
Second.
Have a motion and second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
On the next items, we're looking for final approval for MGM Apartment subdivision. This is in Precinct 1 off of Mile 12 North Road, FM 491. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Next item, 14AB, Valderas Ranch Lots A1A, 1B subdivision. This is in Precinct 3 off of Moorfield Road and Monte Cristo Road. The staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next item, Cantu Commercial Plaza subdivision, Precinct 1. This is off of Valverde Road and Minnesota Road. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next item, D, La Reserva Phase 2 subdivision, Precinct 4. This is off of FM 2812 and Uresti Road. Staff recommends approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item number 3, this is for the reappointment of the appointees for the Subdivision Advisory Board. First one is 3A, County Judge, reappointment of member Arcadio Padilla to the Hidalgo County Subdivision Advisory Board and Hidalgo County Board of Building Line Adjustment.
Judge?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Items number B, this is for Precinct 1, reappointment of member Joe Olivares to Hidalgo County Subdivision Advisory Board and Hidalgo County Board of Building Line Adjustment.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mr. Oresti?
Items number C, Precinct 3, reappointment of member Arnoldo Ochoa to the Hidalgo County Subdivision Advisory Board and Hidalgo County Board of Building Line Adjustment.
Mr. Oresti, do you think we can bring this item back on the next agenda? I don't think he wants to serve anymore.
Yes, sir, we could bring it back in the next agenda. So this item would
no
be,
action?
Take no action?
No action.
Okay, no action.
Okay. Items number B, this is a pipeline and utility permits. This is by S&B Builders LLC. They are looking for proposed improvement within the right-of-way off of Victoria Road and Mile 10 North Road. This is in Precinct 1.
Do you recommend approval?
Staff recommends approval, yes.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item number B, this is Benzer Contractors LLC. This is road in Precinct 1. It's 18th Street and Emilianos Road, and they're proposing improvement to the right-of-way with a 12-inch PVC pipe. Staff recommends approval on this one.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge and
Thank you,
Commissioners.
Isaac. Item 15A, Commissioner Fuentes.
Commissioners, with your permission, item 15A, requesting approval to accept the counter offer to purchase a tract of land known as parcel number 4 associated with Mile 6 West Road Improvement Project, which would be RCSJ number 0921-02-355, with authority for the county judge to sign the administrative evaluation and approval form.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Commissioner Cantu.
Sir, item 16A, requesting approval to accept counteroffer to purchase tract of land known as parcel 14 associated with the Precinct 2 Cesar Chavez Road project from Business 83 to Ridge Road, with authority for the county judge to sign the administrative evaluation and approval form. Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
16B, requesting approval to accept counteroffers to purchase tracts of land known as parcels 22 and 47 associated with the Precinct 2 Cesar Chavez Road project from Business 83 to Nolana, with authority for the county judge to sign the administrative evaluation and approval forms. Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
16C, requesting approval of an interlocal cooperation agreement between the County of Hidalgo and PSJ Independent School District, in which county desires to assist the district with a parking lot improvement project at PSJ North Campus. Motion approved, subject to legal.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, in accordance with 791.014 of the Texas Government Code, requesting approval that certain parking lot improvements project known as a PSJ ISD parking lot project at PSJ North Campus. Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
16D, requesting approval of an interlocal cooperation agreement between the County of Hidalgo and the City of McAllen regarding the construction and maintenance of signal infrastructure improvements related to the Precinct 2 Javelina Drive project. Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Commissioner Villarreal.
17A, approval of a resolution to authorize the county's application to the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department for local park grant. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
17B, requesting authorization and approval to name a public road that runs east to west from Wallace Road to Bryan Road in the Rio Grande Security Subdivision Number 1 as Mile 14 and a half North Road. Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Good afternoon, Judge Commissioners. Belinda Reyes, Precinct 4. Item 18A, approval to designate members to the Hidalgo County Rio Grande Valley Metropolitan Planning Organization Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee, or otherwise known as BCAP. Requesting approval to designate representation to the committee from myself, Belinda Reyes, and alternate Nick Perez from Precinct 4.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you.
Budget and Management. Mr. Soto.
Yes, good evening, Judge, Commissioners. I was Soto, Director of Budget Management, for the record. Item 19A, consideration and approval of resolution authorizing publication of notice of intention to issue certificates of obligations, Series 2023, for the design, acquisition, construction, and improvements of certain public works, and authorizing certain other matters relating thereto. This is not to exceed $44.3 million. And we do have the county financial advisors here from Estrada and Hinojosa. We have Mr. Bobby Villarreal there there at the meeting, and we do have I believe Mr. Noe Hinojosa via Zoom to answer any questions or comments.
Motion to approve?
I think we're gonna get Noah, are you gonna talk to us?
I guess if you need me to, I'll be happy to.
Well, just summarize the issue, and I think that's all that's
Sure.
needed, because we discussed it enough.
Yes, I think what's before you, as Alberto just mentioned earlier, is to have you adopt this item today so that we can then proceed to sell bonds on or about the week of September 25th and approve them by the court on September 26th. The amount being presented to you is one that we work very diligently with your staff in budget office with the various department heads. In essence, once this debt is issued, the impact on the tax rate for the INS will be about half a penny. We are very hopeful that with property values growing by over 12%, and that the total tax rate will still drop anyway. So that's pretty much concludes our presentation.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion made.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you, Noah. Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Court. Bye-bye.
Continue under American Rescue Plan Act, item 19B1, requesting approval to amend the budget for the To Give International Community Development Project, ARPA-22-122-068, Memorandum of Understanding, Exhibit C. Now, for some clarification, this is not a budget amendment. The budget office is requesting approval to include Exhibit C, which is the project's budget, in the agreement.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
19B2, discussion, consideration, and action to approve the Hidalgo County Mail Services Project, ARPA 23-115-342, to allow the continuation of mail communications with Hidalgo County residents. And just to further on that, this project will go mainly towards the Hidalgo County District Clerk Office and Hidalgo County Tax Office, primarily for mail-outs of property tax statements and jury selection. And the estimated amount is $400,000 through the end of December 2024. Recommend to approve.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Continue under budget appropriations, 19C1, Capital Outlay Fund, Precinct 14, mile 17.5, which is Rare and Ruth. This is approval of certification of revenues by county auditor in the amount of $304,019 received from the city of McAllen in relation to the city's contribution for the 11.5 Rare Ruth Road project, in accordance with the first amended interlocal agreement between Hidalgo County and City of McAllen, and appropriation of same. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 19C2, the Road Bridge Fund, Precinct 4. Approval of certification of revenues as certified by county auditor in the amount of $90,613.42 in relation to labor reimbursement received from Drainage District Number 1 for the Raymondville Drainage Project and appropriation of same. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
19C3, Precinct 1, Constable, this is the Chapter 59 Forfeiture Fund. This is approval of 2023 appropriation of funds for Constable Precinct 1 from the unassigned fund balance in the amount of $8,016.30 to fund general supplies expenses. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 19C4 is the general fund, county clerk's office. It is approval of fiscal year 2023 appropriation of funds for county clerk's records archive from the general fund restricted fund balance. County clerk's records archive in the amount of $34,291. This is to fund a new position, and as a reminder, this new position was approved last meeting. This is for a supervisor 3.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
My favorite, Purchasing Department.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners, Mr. Guerra, for the record, Ignacio Mezcua. Agenda item 20A for Hidalgo County. 1A, requesting approval of the following change orders in connection with the construction of the Hidalgo County Courthouse from the contracted vendor Morganti, Texas. Change order MTI number 81 with a total amount of $131,601. Change order MTI-82 with a total amount of $552,760.
Motion approved. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting authority for county judge and or county executive officer to sign all required documentation.
Motion approved.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2, discussion, consideration, and action in connection with Section 125 voluntary products to accept a recommendation by Aflac Continental American Insurance Company to reduce the current offering by retiring the 15 and 20-year term life plans and continue with the 10 and 30-term life plan for calendar year 2024, with authority for the county judge to sign any required document if applicable. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
3, acceptance and approval of the best and final negotiated offer meeting all requirements for a service contract between Hidalgo County and Gregorio Pina for psychological evaluation services for law enforcement agencies. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
4A, requesting approval of supplemental agreement number 1 to work authorization number 1 between Hidalgo County and B2C Engineering for professional engineering services for the Hidalgo County Animal Control Center project to include additional services for the feasibility study, implementation, and preliminary design for a future Hidalgo County-owned animal center. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting approval of supplemental agreement number 1 between Hidalgo County and B2C Engineering for professional engineering services for the Hidalgo County Animal Control Center project to extend termination date of the agreement. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
20B for emergency management. 1, requesting approval to purchase 4 2024 Chevrolet 1500 and 1 2024 Silverado 2500 through Hidalgo County's membership with Bybor Cooperative, award vendor Caldwell Country Chevrolet in the amount of $262,350. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
20C for Precinct 1, 1A, requesting a section from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 262.024A for a personal or professional service.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, presentation of scoring grid for the purpose of ranking by commission score firms graded through the county's pool of pre-qualified professional services for professional engineering services for the Nolana Loop project within Hidalgo County Precinct Number 1. Do you wish to rank in the order of their score?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
C, requesting authority for the Hidalgo County Purchasing Department to negotiate a professional engineering services agreement commencing with the number 1 ranked firm, L&G Consulting Engineers, for the provision of professional engineering services for the Nolana Loop project within Hidalgo County Precinct Number 1. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2A, requesting acceptance and approval of professional engineering services final negotiation agreement within L&G Consulting Engineers for the Hidalgo County Precinct Number 1, Mile 1 East project as ranked and approved to negotiate by Commission score. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting approval of work authorization number 1 in the amount of $925,955 with 52 cents to provide professional engineering services for the precinct number 1, Mile 1 East project with authority to issue a notice to proceed. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
C, pursuant to Article 14 of the Professional Service Agreement with L&G Consulting Engineers, requesting authority to engage subcontractors Etsy Group, Melden and Hunt, Leonel Garza and Associate, and HLH Appraisal Services. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
20D for precinct number 2, 1, requesting authority to reject all bill received for request for bids number 23-0230, Hidalgo County Precinct Number 2, Admin Complex Parking Lot Improvement Project. A bill received was over budget. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2, requesting approval of the on-call professional engineering service agreement between Hidalgo County and Cruz Hogan Consultants for projects located in precinct number 2. I recommend to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
3, requesting approval of the final negotiated professional engineering services agreement between Hidalgo County and Cruz Hogan Consultants for the Hidalgo County Precinct 2 parking lot and amenities projects. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
20E for Precinct 3, 1A, requesting a section from competitive bidding requirements on the Texas Local Government Code 262.02484, a personal or professional service.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, presentation of scoring grid for the purpose of ranking by commission score of firms graded through the county's pool of pre-qualified professional services for professional engineering services for the S. Los Ebanos road project within Hidalgo County Precinct Number 3. Do you wish to rank in the order of their scores?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
C, requesting authority for Hidalgo County Purchasing Department to negotiate a professional engineering service agreement commencing with the number 1 ranked firm, L&G Consulting Engineer, for the provision of professional engineering services for the S. Los Ebanos road project within precinct number 3.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2, requesting approval of supplemental agreement number 1 between Hidalgo County and SAMES for professional engineering service for the extension of Cherry Road 2 mile north State Highway 107 to extend the termination date of the agreement.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
3A, requesting acceptance and approval of professional engineering services final negotiated agreement with the Isaguirre Engineering Group for the Hidalgo County Precinct Number 3 Granjeno Veterans Park Improvement Project as ranked and approved to negotiate by Commissioner score. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting approval of work authorization number 1 in the amount of $13,137.50 to provide professional engineering services for the Granjeno Veterans Park Improvement Project with authority to issue an order to proceed.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
20F for Precinct 4, 1, requesting approval to purchase 8 30-yard and 2 20-yard metal roll-off containers through Hidalgo County's membership with Bible Cooperative, awarded vendor Roll-Off USA in the total amount of $76,246. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2, requesting acceptance and approval of the certification of construction completion from the 5125 company for the Rio Grande Care Road Stormwater Project, as recommended by project engineer, Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1, with authority for county judge to sign all required documentation. I do recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
3A, requesting acceptance and approval of change order number 4 from the levy company for the construction of traffic signal lights projects to provide a credit in the amount of $5,226.25, recommended by project engineer GBJ Engineering. I recommend to approve.
Judge, Commissioners, for the record, Commissioner Villarreal will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action on this item, the purchasing item A and B.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let the record show Commissioner Villarreal abstain from any discussion or action on this item.
B, requesting acceptance and approval of certificate of construction completion for the construction of such traffic signal lights projects are recommended by project engineer GBJ Engineering with the authority for county judge to sign all required documentation. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
4A, requesting approval
Mr.
of
Amezcua.
authorization.
Mr. Judge, could you please state for the record that Commissioner Villarreal did abstain also on B?
Let the record show that Commissioner Villarreal also abstained from any discussion or action on this item.
Thank you.
4A, requesting approval of work authorization number 3 with an estimate cost of $228,900 as submitted by LNG Consulting Engineers through Hidalgo County's Professional Engineering Service Agreement to provide hydrologic and hydraulic report, complete ROW map, project management, and EA reevaluation for the FM 1925 project. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, pursuant to Article 14 of the Professional Service Agreement with LNG Consulting Engineers, requesting authority to engage subconsultants, ROW Surveillance Services, and B2C Engineering. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
5A, requesting approval of supplementing agreement number 1 to work authorization number 2 between Hidalgo County and LNG Consulting Engineers to include the hydrologic report and model for FM 1925 project in the amount of $178,500. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
You have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, pursuant to Article 14 of the Professional Service Agreement with LNG Consulting Engineers, requesting authority to engage subconsultants B2C Engineering. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
6, requesting acceptance and approval of change order number 2 from Moorville for the Hohen Stormwater Project to include additional services in the amount of $10,028.65 and a 20-day time extension as recommended by project engineer, Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
7, requesting approval to purchase 2 John Deere 320 tier backhoe loaders with additional attachment through the county's membership with Sourcewell Cooperative, awarded vendor Doggett Heavy Machinery Services in the total amount of $295,058.71. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
20G for Human Resources. 1, discussion, consideration, and action to select the agent of record for the self-funded medical plan. Though the court wants to name one.
Leti Garcia? Or do you have somebody else? Which one?
Well,
I think the recommendation was to utilize the 5 representatives that we have for the voluntary products to be, is that correct?
No. Who recommended that?
well, what the discussions that I've had is that we want to name somebody ourselves. We don't want the insurance company to do it. We're just gonna have to, table this?
No action, and we can
Just
bring it
no
on for
action?
next
Okay, yeah.
court session.
And I agree with you. With
Mr.
Commissioner
Mes-
Tola.
Mr. Mescua, can you make sure that this is on our next court session?
Yes, Mr. Guerra.
Okay, so-
I'm taking a note right now.
Thank you. For the record, no action. And that would be item G.
20G, no action.
Thank you.
20H for Health and Human Service Department. 1A, pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 263.152, discussion and approval to declare as surplus radio equipment as listed on Exhibit A, including authority to remove said property from the Hidalgo County Health and Human Service Department inventories list. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting approval of a memorandum of understanding between Hidalgo County and Rio Grande Valley Amateur Radio Club, a non-profit organization, to donate surplus radio equipment as listed on Exhibit A with authority for county judge to see all the required documents. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
20I for Facilities Management. 1, requesting approval to award job order contract HERCON through Hidalgo County membership with by board for the Election Alley and Love Street Overlay Project in the amount of $113,231 with 20 cents, with authority to issue a notice to proceed upon receipt of the required payment and performance bonds. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
20J for Sheriff's Office. 1A, requesting exception from competitive bidding requirements pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 262.024A7A for an item that can only be obtained from one source because of the existence of copyrights.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, acceptance and approval of the sole source declaration for KDL Solution for the purchase of Level 1 kit cases to be used by the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office in the total amount of $36,073.53. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
2A, requesting authority to advertise and approval of the procurement packet attached hereto for repairs, installation, and removal of communication radio tower and miscellaneous emergency equipment, including authority to re-advertise if necessary. I recommend to approve.
So,
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, requesting appointment of the evaluation committee by Commissioner's Court to review, score, and grade responses for repairs, installation, and removal of communication radio towers and miscellaneous emergency equipment.
Y'all want to do the chiefs?
Yes.
Yes.
I'd like to name Dr. Culberson.
Okay. All the chiefs of staff for the five of us.
I make a motion to accept that.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
20K for juvenile probation. 1, acceptance and approval of the best and final negotiated offer meeting all requirements for a service contract between Hidalgo County and Reset Counseling Center for the Juvenile Drug Court Program. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
That's all I have. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Judge, Commissioners, with your permission, under item 21, presentation for discussion of the following. 1, 2, and 3, there's no action to be taken this week, or there is no presentation. Item 21B, appointment of Civil Service Commission member. This is an item that was not ready last couple of court sessions. Commissioner Cantu?
Ray Garcia.
Mr. Ray Garcia.
I make a motion to.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 21C, there is a public participation form from Ms. Fern McClarity. She is not here, or she is not present in the audience. 21C, discussion, consideration, and action approving interlocal cooperation contract with the University of Texas Center for Public Policy Dispute Resolution of the State of Texas, and authorize the county judge to sign all applicable contract documents.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 22A, or 22, discussion, consideration, possible action regarding A, county response to disaster health emergency, One American Rescue Plan Act funds. There's no specific action to be taken today. Item 22B, measures necessary to preserve public health and safety. No specific action to be taken. Item 22C, direction regarding county government operations, including but not limited to essential functions. Again, Judge, Commissioners, we continue to follow CDC recommended guidelines. We continue to work with our facilities management and our HR department in addressing any issues of concerns with respect to the health and safety of our constituency, as well as the health and safety of our employees providing that valuable service. Item 23, we have gone into closed session. We have come out of closed session, and so for the record, item 24A, there is no action to be taken. Item 24B, there is no action to be taken. I have addressed all the items under item 25, open sessions A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and J. There is no need for item 26 and or 27 closed and open. And we do have adjournment for the record, Judge, Commissioners. Our next scheduled Commissioners Court will be August 8th. That is a Tuesday. It will be a morning session, 9:30 Drainage District, and 10 a.m. Commissioners Court, August 8th.
Being no other business, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion made.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We are adjourned.